My father was born in Aleppo, Syria. His name is Abraham Shehebar. The name Shehebar is not the right name. It has a story. My great-grandfather, when he got married, every time he got a baby boy, he passed away. And then he went to the rabbi in Aleppo, Syria, to ask him about this case. He told him he has to change his name. Our real name is Laham. And when the big rabbi, the chief rabbi, told to my great-grandfather to change the name, he changed it in Shehebar. That means Shehebar. The boy live. And from now on, every child came, he lived. That's why the name Shehebar came. My father there are 5 brothers and 3 sisters. Everyone he went to different country. One, Itzhak, went to Buenos Aires. Aslan went to Beirut. My father came to Egypt, and Eliyahu came to New York, and Yaakov in Israel. And then my father came here. He get married with one lady who stayed with her only 2-3 years only, and she has a fire in the house, and she passed away. She was burned and passed away. Then my father, after a year, get married with another woman. We got a boy from her named Solomon. And she passed away again after a few years. And then he met my mother. My mother was born in Kilis, Turkey. Kilis. She came to Egypt like everybody came, exodus from all over the world to come to different country. And my father saw my mother, and I am the older one. And we lived in Cairo, Egypt, and we grew there. We are 6 boys and 3 girls. And we have my brother from the other woman, Latifa, Solomon. He lived with us. And my father was very modest. It's very hard for him as he living. He was carrying rare merchandise and go to the village to sell goods. And we are living like poor people. But in Shabbat, he sell himself just to get a good food, good table, good sitting for Shabbat. And that's the way God helped him. And we grow, and he put us in yeshivat in Cairo, Egypt, Ahava, and we was always with him to the shul, wake up early and go with him. And then we managed to open a small store in Hamzawi Street. That's the wholesale business in Cairo, Egypt. And I work with my father, the same store. I took my first graduation in the school, his name Sebil School in Cairo, Egypt. And I don't want to continue to high school. I work it because to have to help my father to raise all this family. Textile goods. We sell by ball. I don't know what they say in English. Biltob, wholesale. Yes. And we managed to live modestly. And then there came a situation when the war beginning for the independence of Israel, and in Egypt they have the World War II was there, and all the soldiers of all the country came to Egypt. It was the headquarters of the Allied force. And we went to shul every Friday night, and there are many officers from Canada, Australia, New Zealand, England, South Africa, all the British. Like I say, he was born in 1984. He came to Egypt, Cairo, 1906, and he get married with my mother in 1916, because I am born in September 17. September 17, right. And like I say, I went to study in Jewish school, and then for the afternoon I go to yeshiva to learn Hebrew, and go with my father always in the shul in the morning, like I say. And thank God we are people, the teams, that mean we are religious people. And when I help my father to raise our brothers, because we are 8 brothers and sisters from 13 my mother brought. I am the older one, and we are living modestly. And on Shabbat we have like big, we stay all together with good food. He sell himself to have a nice Shabbat. And then I have a small story I want to say. It happened in Cairo, where I was young, about 15, 14 years old. We have a group or gang of our neighborhood. A gang. I was one of them. This name, the gang of Mansi, all Jewish. And there is another gang, also Jewish, in another neighborhood, the Bakreya gang. They hate each other. One of the day, my brother Solomon went to the Bakreya over there, and he was beaten by the gang of Bakreya, also all Jewish. Then he came back to the Mansi group, and he told them what had happened to him. He took with him Garyani, Dabbah, Talgham, Hazan, Azizo, all the big guys, and he went back to the Bakreya gang to fight with them, because the Bakreya gang was the Shariti, the Daniel, the Kohen, all this. Then when he came back, I told to my brother Solomon, well, yes, what you did when you get there with all the Garyani, all the Dabbah, all the Talgham, all the Azizo, all the Adolfo, and this. He told me they were beaten again. That was a nice story. I remember it passed on when he was young. Well, now I am working with my father in the store, and then came the situation of the Gamal Abdel Nasser came to power in 1952, and there was we were in Egypt 110,000 Jews in 1948. And when Gamal Abdel Nasser came to 1952 in the power, and the King Farouk was stepped down, King Farouk have a lot of friends Jewish with him. They play card with him. They go to the palace with him. They are friend of him. And they start all the trouble with the Jewish people who lived in Egypt. But because of Israel, it was when they got their independence, 1948. And a lot of Jews start to leave Egypt and going to different countries. Many went to Israel, 45,000 went to Israel, and it came around 10,000 United States, Egyptian Jews, all over United States. And we came with them, with the groups that went to United States. And some people went to Australia or to Canada, to Europe, many countries in Europe. And when we travel, we see many of them all over the world. I met my wife. She was living across the street of my house. She was a young girl, go to school. His name Marcel Levy, and I loved her. She was pretty, and I want to marry her, but she doesn't want to get married because she was young. She was 15 years old. I was 24. And she doesn't want to get married because she has a sister older than her. She wants her sister to get married first, and then. But I insist to get married with her. His father and mother, they loved me because I doing business with her father, and they want me to get married with her. But the girl doesn't want to get married. She want to wait her sister to get married first, and then decide to get married. Well, in the end, we get married together. We lived in a small apartment. She doesn't, for my looks, not for my money. I didn't have money, and I wasn't handsome. Because her father was a sick man, and she wanted to get married before he passed away. And she accepts in the end to get married. And exactly a month after I get married, her father passed away. And we lived in a small apartment for two Guinea months. 2 Guineas, that's mean now the Guinea, the dollar is 3 Guinea in Egypt. Now, at that time was $5 for 1 Guinea. We were paying 2 Guinea in a month. They like now 75 cents a month. Nice apartment. I got the firstborn, Albert, was born there. And we lived till 1957, 1952. And we moved from 52 to 57 to nicest neighborhood in Heliopolis, Cairo. That's all the Egyptian officers of the army living there, all the rich people. I have a nice house who cost 14 Guinea a month. In Egypt, we were very happy over there. We lived good. We have. They are, like I say, 110,000 Jews. We are mixed with all the Jewish people, and we were happy. When came the situation about Israel and the independence of Israel, they start to make demonstration against Jews in Cairo. One day they beat my brother Joseph. because he was alone and he was on the station. Somebody say, here a Jew. They beat him a lot, and then the police saved him. And at that time, he doesn't want to stay in Egypt at all. He did all he can with his family, and they went to Cuba. They got a visa, and they left to Cuba. We were selling textile piece goods and wholesale in Hamzawi Street. Was all the people come from all over Egypt to Hamzawi Street to buy goods from there. It's known till now. I was last year there. Still till now, this street is wholesale business for textile. When a lot of people start to leave, I decided to leave myself too, but I was making money in my store. But a story came that a big rabbi from Mirror Yeshiva in New York sent a big lawyer to Egypt to get 100 boys to Mirror Yeshiva to make them rabbis, graduated from Brooklyn. And I got a telephone call from my relative in New York saying that Mr. Shoskis, a big lawyer, sent by Rabbi Kalmanovich from Mirror Yeshiva to Nasser, Egypt, to request 100 boys to go to New York to learn rabbis. At that time, my son Albert was in Collège des Frères, that college of priests, a Christian in Heliopolis, the nicest street in neighborhood in Egypt. And my son is nervous when he saw the Arab insult, curse the Jews. He beat them, and they beat him. Always he comes. Sometimes he came blood in his face in the house, and I was very upset, and I don't want to do. I want to take him out from the school because the Arab beat him and he beat the Arab. And at that time, when Mr. Shoskis came, the big lawyer, and asked Nasser for 100 people, he didn't give him 100 people. He told him you can get only 25. From these 25, he has to be 16 and from 16 years to 18. My son was 14. He don't want to take him. I beg him. I told him to do exception and take my son. He didn't want it. I told him I want to speak with Rabbi Kalmanovich in Brooklyn. I explained him the situation of my son. He told me, okay, you can talk to him. I went to my house. I took Mr. Shoskis with me, and we called New York, Brooklyn, and I spoke Hebrew with Rabbi Kalmanovich. I explained him the situation that my son sometimes is beaten, and they're going to harm him one day. I beg him to take him with him to New York to get in Mirror Yeshiva. And he was 14. I told him, I don't want you to spend a penny on him. I am willing to pay every expense you do for my son. I pay it. Because all the other boys, they don't pay a penny. In June 57, I sent my son to New York with a group of 25 boys to Mirror Yeshiva. And when we sent him, after a few days, my wife started to worry. Why I did that, and she wanted her son back. He can come back because on his part to say he is not allowed to come back to Egypt. And she make me the life black. I don't know what to do. I was making money. I don't want to leave Egypt. And in the end, she told me, at any price, I want to leave Egypt to go to see my son. I went to the American consulate to get a visa, even to New York to see my son and return back to Egypt. So they don't give me visa to go and come. They know that I want to stay there. And then I know I have a brother in Havana, Cuba, that he left in 48 to Cuba. And I wrote to him if he agreed that I come to Cuba. He said, gladly, you can come, stay in my house, and we live together and everything. At that time, I make a friend with the consul of Cuba in Cairo, and he came to my house, and there was a friend of him. We get out together, and he gave me a visa to Cuba, immigrant. But I went to American consulate to tell them I want transit to New York and leave New York to Cuba. Even that, they don't want to give me transit visa. They know I want to stay there. Then the Cuban consul went with me to the American consulate in Cairo, and he told them, I guarantee that Mr. Gabriel Shehebar doesn't want to live in the United States. He wants to come to Cuba. Please, in my guarantee, give him a visa to see his son in Miri Yeshiva and go to Cuba. And they agree, and they give me a visa to go to see my son in New York. I have to leave everything to get out from Egypt after paying my taxes. And there is a law that anybody who owes me money, he can not to pay it. But if I owe money to somebody, I have to pay it before I get out. And that's what I did. And I left to United States. I came, I saw my son in Miri Yeshiva crying, 6 people in a room. They want to make him pay us. And food was always sugar. We are not used to that. We are Sephardic, and over there Ashkenazi, there's different custom, different food, different sitting. And he told me, Dad, I want to go with you to Cuba, and don't let me here, don't leave me here, you're suffering. And I told him, I'm gonna just to get to Cuba to rest, to install myself, and then I bring you. Now you can't come with me because I don't know what's gonna happen to me yet. Yeah, I promised him to work with him to get him to Cuba if I gonna stay there. And I tried to bring a lawyer to make me paper to stay in the United States. They can't make it because I have a visa to go to Cuba. If I didn't have a visa to go to Cuba, I couldn't stay here. And that's why I went to Cuba to my brother. And the Cuban people, I stay with my brother. After exactly 2 weeks staying with him, they got the visa to go to United States for immigrant, because they applied 9 years ago to go to United States. And after 2 weeks I came to Cuba, he got the paper to get to United States. His wife, his children, they want to go right away. My brother told them, okay, you can go, and I'm going to stay with my brother just to install him some place to work, buy him some furniture, rent a house and this, just to let him work someplace. And then I come to USA. And his wife and children went to New York, and he stayed with me 2 months. My brother, he find me a job, and he rent me a house, he bought me furniture, and I stay there. Then my work in Cuba was, he put me to a friend of his name Domingo, to work with him. My brother he has a business of alligator bag. He the only one who ship to United States the alligator bag from Cuba to United States. All his work, he goes just to pick up goods, and every Monday he ship by ship or plane all the production of the alligator bag in Cuba to USA. He have a lot of orders. He put me with Domingo to work with him, and he told to Domingo, give me good salary to live. He gave me $40 a week to live. That's very, very high price in Cuba, because the worker take from $8 to $10 a week only. He told him to give me $40 to live, and that was very high salary. And he went back to New York, my brother, and he left me with Domingo. Domingo is this Cuban guy. I suffer with him a lot. He want to make the $40 that he gave me in my health. He let me carry heavy goods, 3 floor, and come down and up, and I was very tired. I couldn't continue this work. I'm not used to it. But I have to leave. I accepted, and I come the night home like dead. I couldn't even have my suppers. My wife make me supper to give me the bed just to sleep. And day after day I came skinner and skinner and skinner, and so hard to work with that man. And I can't find another job, because they're going to give me $10 a week, another job. I accept this job, even I was very tired from it. And I have a lot of patience, and I learn how to make this alligator bag by hand. It's all handmade. And day after day I come thinner and thinner. Then my wife called my brother in New York and tell him, come to see your brother. You don't recognize him now. This after 4 months that my brother left. Right away my brother came from New York. He saw me. He didn't believe it. I was a different person. He is screaming with Miss Domingo, and he told him, I don't want to work anymore with you. I'm going to open a factory for my brother himself. He knows how to make the alligator bag now. I don't buy from you. And they argue each other, and he told, my brother told him, if you want me to continue with you, you have to be partner with my brother. If you want it, I buy from you. If not, I'm going to open a factory for him. I'm going to sponsor him. I'm going to pay everything he needed. And in the end, he accepted to be a partner with me. We expand our business. We make much money, and we took another place, bigger. And at that time, I don't carry anything like before. I stay in office. I take care of the shipment only 2 days a week. That's whatever we have to ship merchandise to United States. and we make a lot of money. And they beg us in USA to send more and more and more. It was very big fashion to carry the alligator bag at that time. My work is to go to every factory in Cuba to buy the alligator and to ship it myself to United States to my brother. And we make more and more money in this case. Then when I learned the business, I told to my brother, I don't need Domingo now. Now I know how to make the alligator bag, and I can get a lot of workers if I need. All the Cubans know how to do the alligator bags. And pass another 4 months, and they come, my brother, he came from United States. I told him I want to open alone a factory without Domingo. Domingo, this guy, was making money, but he spent it on the racetrack, on women, on drink, and this and that. But I saved myself the money. And he can't work without having money. And my brother suggested to him to be my manager, and I'll be the boss. He started to scream, to argue this and that, and then he doesn't, there's no remedy. He accepts the proposition. I gave him $60 a week for him. That's like a minister at that time, in 1958. And at that time, I'm the boss of the factory, my name on every bag coming to United States. And Domingo knows how to work the bags fantastic. All the workers are afraid from him because he's a good manager. And he really helped me a lot to be the manager of the, because I speak very little Cuban Spanish. The worker doesn't understand from me, but they understand from him. And he was my manager. He talked to them, and he take care of all the business. I gave him every week $60. He was happy, and that's a lot of money in Cuba in 1958. Then came in the end of 58, in 59, Castro came on the power in January 1st, 59. Castro came in power in Cuba. He made new laws for the worker. Is no more $10 a week or $8 a week. They have to be minimum wage $23 a week or over. And they have to work only 40 hours. Before they work 60 hours a week, the worker. Now they have to work only 40 hours. Then he make, if he's sick, you have to pay him the medicine and half pay and this and that. I couldn't continue the business because I have to raise the bag a lot, double to comply with new laws. And the United States, they want to give me little more, but not much more. I came to my work, I told them I can't continue, I have to close the factory because the United States doesn't want to pay double the bags. And they accept to work less than $23 weekly, like the law says, in one condition, that I give them a check for $23 each one, and they give me back money $8. That means 15 I give them instead of 23. And I continue with this way. I give them check for salary, $23 a week, 40 hours work, and they give me back $8 everyone in cash. One of the workers, he want always to take a loan, every 2, 3 weeks, he want more money, more money, more money. And it came one time, I told him, I can't give you any more. He went to the government and he told them that I send 2,000 bags a week, but the factory make 500 only. I make bags outside in the houses, in the other factories without paying union and this and that, something like this. I get a paper from government saying, prepare your books, we want to check your books. Then I forgot to say, every Shabbat I close, I go to the shul in Cuba, and to going to the shul, I have to pass by the American embassy. I saw a big line over there. I asked, what is this line doing? They told me that they want to go to USA. When I get back from the prayer Saturday, I stand in the line, and my turn came to the officer who take notes. He asked me your name, my wife name, my children name. I give them where I live, how old I am. I give all the question you want, and bye-bye, he say hello, and I went back to my house. After 3 months, when I got the letter that the government want to check my books, exactly I got the same week a letter from the American embassy to come, to take the visa to come to United States. At the same time. I went to American embassy to take the visa. I don't have the passport. I have the Egyptian laissez-passer, all written in Arabic. They think that that's the passport, Egyptian passport. It's not the passport. That's a laissez-passer. That's like form to just to take out from the country or get in the country. And they give me the visa on that passport. And I left to escape to USA. I went to the airport, I went to the plane, and every few minutes ring bell, Mr. Suarez, come downstairs. Mr. Rodriguez, come downstairs. Mr. Torres, come downstairs. From the plane, there are people, they can't go. They have a problem. I was afraid. My wife was so scared. Maybe they call my name. Thank God they don't kill my name, and we came to United States. This was in July 60. July 60. How I came to America. When the custom in the United States saw my passport, they find out that I took the visa on expire laissez-passer. You can't get the visa on it. It's against the law. Mr. Smith doesn't want to let me in. I have all my family, cousins waiting for me in New York, in the airport, but Mr. Smith say you have to return back to Cuba. You can't get in. Please, I can't go back to Cuba. They're going to kill me. At that time, Castro, they have the firing squad if somebody do something against the country. I have a case against me about the bags that I send 2,000 every week, and the factory produce only 500. And he told me, okay, go to Israel, go back to Egypt. I told him I can't go to Egypt. They say no return. In Israel, I don't have nobody there. This all my family here. and you don't have to spend a penny on them, on me. They want me. With all that, Mr. Smith doesn't want to let me in. And we stay all day arguing and talking with him and to the chief, and no avail, nothing could happen. Then my family went to a big lawyer. They brought him from his office. His name Mr. Spiegel. He was paralytic. He doesn't walk, in his wheelchair. They brought him in a wheelchair to the airport. He was the chief of the custom of New York. Everybody knows him. Even Mr. Smith, the guy who doesn't want to let me in, when he saw, hello, Mr. Spiegel, how are you, how you feel? He was their chief before. He was the chief of all the customs. He said, what's the story? He saw him, my laissez-passer. When he saw my laissez-passer, Mr. Spiegel screamed on me. How you did that? He was screaming. And Mr. Smith said, 100% right. You can't get in United States. You can't get it. I say to myself, this my lawyer told me that? My lawyer? I don't know what to do. Instead of helping me, he came to the side of Mr. Smith. That's his way to let the thing going. And then he explained to Mr. Smith, please, Mr. Smith, give him a week to find another country. He said, okay, Mr. Spiegel, I give him another week to... and this week till now. When I came to America, I opened a small factory to make alligator bag, because all the alligator bag, America buy it. And all the material come from America to Cuba. I buy it half price here in the United States. I say I make the bag here, why I am in Cuba? But I didn't think that the workers here cost so much to work. In Cuba, I was paying $23 a week to somebody. Here they ask for $150, $200 a week. And I have to produce at least 100 bag every week. I couldn't make it. Nobody knows how to do it. I was working, me, my wife, my sister-in-law, I teach them how to make the bag, but I lost a lot of money and I couldn't continue. I stayed 2 years, but when I bought machine, I bought carton, I bought table, and I throw everything just to close the store. Because I can't produce bags. I can't make more than 30 to 40 bags a week. I can't find people who knows how to. I brought 2 from Miami, I brought 2 from Cuba. I need at least 30 people to make money. I closed my factory. I went to school. I asked for a job. I told them I need a job to work, and in Arabic, I don't know English. They sent me to Nassau Street. A guy told me, go to Nassau Street, somebody want a worker. How to get there? He told me, take the subway from Bay Parkway, and you got to Nassau Street, you see the store is named Thrift More store. I took the subway, I went there. I spoke Arabic with the guy, his name Jacques Tobias, 88 Nassau Street. I get in, I spoke with him Arabic. I told him, the shul sent me to you, you need somebody. When he saw me, he told me, no, I don't need nobody. Why? I didn't know, really, I need a young guy. I don't need I was 42 years old. Then I told him, why you want the young guy? For what? He told me to open carton, to close carton, to sweep the floor, to bring stock from the basement to the store. And see that. I told him, I do everything you say. I bring you coffee, I close, I took the garbage, I open curtain, I close curtain, I fill the store, everything. Try me 1 week. If you don't like me, throw me out. Then he told me, are you married? I say yes. Please go away. Why? He told me I can't pay salary for a married man. I say, Mr. Jacques, how much you want to pay? He told me $50. I told him, okay. He told me $50 and you are married? I told him, Jacques, I am married, I have 5 children. I accept $50 just to learn, to start. I have a brother, he gonna help me for $50 more. With $100 I can live good. That's why I want the job to take it. Then when he heard that, he told me, you know how many days we work in a week? No, first he told me, you know what time we open? I say, what time? He told me 8 o'clock. I make my mind, every day I have to pray, every day I have to take a shower, to take a shave, and this and that. You can make it for 8:30? He told me, no, 8 o'clock. I say yes. I don't want to say no because I need the job. Then he told me, you know how many days we work in a week? I say, how many? He told me 6 days. I say, yes, not from Sunday to Friday. He told me, no, from Monday to Saturday. When he say Saturday, I told him, Jacques, please don't let me work on Saturday. I never work in Havana, not in Cairo, not in Egypt, no, but my father was a rabbi. Don't let me work. I need a job. Don't let me work in Shabbat. I beg you, give me the job. And if you want, deduct the Saturday from the $50, deduct it. And I was crying. My tears came down. He was emotionate, and he told me, okay, come tomorrow. The second day, I went early. I took a shower, I pray. I took the same subway. I get to Nassau Street. I get up. I didn't see the store like last night. I don't know English. I asked the people, where's the Thrift More store? I can't even pronounce it. Everybody make his hand like this, leave me alone, this, that. I wrote it in one paper, Thrift More stores, 88 Nassau Street. I sent to somebody else that tell me, go straight and left. I go straight and left, I see the store. I was late 6 minutes. I get in, I say, good morning. The guy didn't answer to me. I don't know what to do. In Egypt, you have million good morning, sabah al-khair, sabah al-nur, sabah al-ishta, sabah al-ward. Many things in the morning you can say to get the day happy. I don't know, I speak Spanish very well. I talked to a girl, Spanish girl, where I put my jacket. She told me behind the door. I took my jacket off. I told her what I have to do. She told me, I know no sé, pregunta al dueño. I don't know, you have to ask the boss. I don't want to ask the boss. He didn't say even good morning to me. I took off the jacket and I went to the shelf. I take all the towel down. I clean the glass. I fold it good, the towel, every color on color. I take the sheets, size by size, color by size. Then the tablecloth, I put every color together. I make all the store clean, like new store open. 9:30, he called me from the register. He saw what I'm doing, but he didn't talk to me yet. He told me, why you came late? I told him, Jacques, I didn't come late. Yesterday when I asked the job, I saw the store cross the subway, cross the street. This morning, I take the same subway, but I didn't see the store cross the street. He told me, oh, yeah, because many exit in Nassau Street. I get the wrong one. He told me you have to take the last train to get across the street of the store. Don't take the middle, don't take the front, take the last train. told him, okay, now I know. And your job is, we work here 3 times a day, good, and all the day we don't do nothing. In the morning from 8 to 9, lunchtime from 12 to 2, and 5 to 6 in the afternoon. And you have to go down in the basement to fill up whatever sold. You see 5 pink towel, you have to be 6. You go pink towel downstairs to fix it. 6 blue, 6 yellow, 6 blacks, every color 6. I was coming down up for 100 times a day. He told me in the night you have to sweep the floor and put the garbage outside, somebody going to pick it up. Okay. When you come in shipment, open the carton, tell me how many pieces come. Okay. Then he gave me $1. He told me, go get me coffee and 2 donuts. I told him, from where? All this in Arabic. I don't speak English. He told me, Shak Fulanat, cross the streets. I went there on walking and on my way to the, I say, my God, what he told me the guy wants, my boss. He want coffee. I remember the coffee, but I forgot the second word, what he told me. He want donut. I forgot the name donut. I never heard it in my life. Oh my God, what can I do? I go back to tell him what you tell me. You're going to say that's a crazy boy. I don't want him. You're going to fire me. I don't know what to do. I was so upset. And came in my mind that what he going to take with the coffee. He's going to take rice and beans. He's going to take piece of cake. I bring you any piece of cake. If he say, where's the donut? I told him, he doesn't have donut. I bring you another cake. This came in my mind. And I went there. I saw a lion. I stand in the lion. Thank God I see a black man, tall, in the front of me, say, coffee and 2 donuts. I say to the girl, coffee and 2 donuts, me. I remember the word donut. She told me, wait your turn, and I wait my turn. I get the coffee and 2 donuts. I went there. He told me, why you came late? I told me there was a big line when my turn came. I took and came. He told me, your work is just to fill up the store. And always you have to be six pieces, every color, this one. This is easy job, but you have to go down at least 100 times a day. I deal with him every Friday night, 1 hour and a half before Shabbat, I have to go. And he came down the first Shabbat, Friday night. I go downstairs to put my shoes because I stand with the slipper all day because I can't have the shoes 10 hours standing, no seats in the store. Working from 8 to 6 every day. And then I want to go from my, he gave me the salary, he didn't deduct the day of Shabbat that I told him to take out from the $50. He gave me $50 the first week. I was happy. I am continuous. My brother give me $50 from him every week to live. And 3 months, 3 months pass, and this guy doesn't come anymore in the store. He give me the key to open myself with another guy and with a girl, Spanish girl. And he teach me how to take cash with the tax. And he teach me to order the merchandise. If I need pink towel, it all is all Arabic people, Syrian, who sell the wholesale. I can speak with them in Arabic. Send me 6 dozen pink towels, send me 6 dozen blue towels. All in Arabic, they talk to me. Whatever I need, he told me the towel from Gindi's, the tablecloth from Sultan, everything I know from where to order it. And 3 months passed. I told Mr. Jacques I want $70 a week. He started to scream He told me, no, I don't do business, I teach you, I can't pay this amount. I told him, okay, I am going to complete the week and I am going to quit. Find another guy beside me. And came Friday, 1 hour and a half before the Shabbat, and I told him I'm going to the basement to put my shoes. He came down, he told me, okay, Gabriel, I give you $70 because you take care of the store good. Past 4 months again, I told him, Jack, I want $100. He started to scream and hurry, and he told me, we don't do business, I can't pay this, that. I told him, okay, I'm going to complete my week and find another guy. I know he can't find a guy like me with this kind of money. I open, I close, I take cash, I order, everything, I do it myself. And it then came Friday night, I go downstairs, he told me, Gabriel, I can't pay you $100, I'm going to give you 90, but Christmas come, I'm going to give you a bonus. Christmas came, he gave me $100 bonus. We work hard. I was happy. And I continues with him with $90. He passed another 3 or 4 months, and I saw people. My brother called me from Old Orchard Beach, Maine, in state of Maine. He has a store. He worked only 4 hours or 4 months in a year, and he make good money. And 8 months he travel to the Caribbean, to cruise or something like this, just to spend some money. And he make money. He told me, I have a store near me, going to be empty. I want to take it to you. I told him, please, Joe, don't take me a store. I don't know English. I don't have money to buy goods. I don't know what to buy. And he told me, no worry. I buy. My name is good in the market. I can get you anything you want in my name. I buy you the stuff that is sell it, and you speak over there French, because all Canadian. And you know French. I know 5 languages, write and read. I know Hebrew, Arabic, French, Spanish, and broken English. And I can manage myself. And he told me, no worry, I'm going to buy everything you wanted in my name, and just to take cash in the store. And I was happy. I get to my boss. I told him, Jacques, my brother took me a store. I want to go July and August in Maine to. He start to scream, what you did for me, I can't work, and I'm going to fire you, I'm going to bring somebody else. I told him he pays the money already, I can't go back, do whatever you want with me. I gave him a suggestion that every Saturday he bring some boy from the community to work with him, because I don't work Saturday. I told him in July, August, they don't have school. You bring the same boy to work with you 2 months. I am in Maine. I make some money, I come back. And he likes this suggestion. And whatever passes, this is that way we continues. And in 1963, I left the store. I went to Maine, and I worked there. I work hard till 12 o'clock every night. We make some money. And when finished the season, I came back to New York. After all the expense, I saved $3,000. After all the expense. And I put them in a bank. And I went back to Jacques Tobias. I called him in telephone. I came back from Maine. You want me? He said, yes, I want you. Come back. I went back, and I continued to work with him. After a few months, I see people coming to him. He saw them upstairs, downstairs, the basement, the main floor, and saw them paper, books. I thought they are from Internal Revenue Service, from the taxes. But I didn't know that he want to sell the store. People go and people come, And one of the guy was speaking with him half English and half Arabic. He told him, Jack, what's the difference between you and me? $2,000. Finish the case, please. He was hollering, screaming. What's the difference, $2,000 between you and me? Then I took Jack in the side. I told him, Jack, what $2,000? What's the story? He told me, I want to sell the store. I told him, you want to sell the store, you don't tell me. You bring people from outside to sell the store. He told me, you're going to buy it? I told him, yes, why not? He asked me if I have money. I told him, no, I don't have money. And Jacques told me, you don't have money and you want the store? I say, yes. Tell Jacques, you are a wealthy man. You need money? You don't need money. Just give me the store, make me notes, take interest, see how much the bank going to get from me, and give me the store. You have a year and a half to go for the lease. Let me try it. I want $100 a week. I don't want more to make. He told me, you can't handle it alone. I told him, no, I'm going to bring my son with me. He told me, you don't have money at all? I told him, no, I have only $3,000 in the bank that I make in Maine after all the expense I made. And I asked my son to come here. Oh, the story of my son, he didn't like Miri Yeshiva. He escaped from there. He went to Boston. Egyptian guy, he worked by him, a friend of mine. And all Miri Yeshiva was looking looking for him. They don't find him. I know where he is, but nobody knows where he is. He escaped from Miri Yeshiva and worked in Boston with my friend, this one. He learned from him a lot. And I called him in telephone, Albert, I'm going to take the stores that I work, and I want you to come to help me. He says, Daddy, don't take the store. Why? I told him, he told me, Papi, this guy is American, he born here. He knows the fashion, he knows the style, he knows the custom, and you want to sell the store. You don't know nothing, and you want to buy the store? I told him, Albert, the difference is this guy want to make money. I want to make living. That's the difference. You want to make money, this guy. I want to make $100 a week, and you come here with me and you make $100. We can make $200 in the store, and we are both together. He asked me some question, how much he sell, how much he has in the end of the year. I gave him all the detail, and in the end he accepted to leave Boston and come to New York to work with me. And I took the store, I gave him the $3,000, he gave it to me, and he make me notes, 24 notes, 1,000 each for 2 years. We have 27,000 merchandise. I took the merchandise, I took the name Thrift More store, and I took the lease rest for a year and a half, and I pay him the $3,000, and I bring my son, he work with me, and my son has a good ideas. He learned in Boston. We changed a lot in the store. He brought all the cosmetic, hairspray, toothpaste, and all these things, you know, for the, and he make 5 cents or 10 cents a can. Very cheap, he sell. It was the riot in the store every lunchtime. Sometimes we close the door. So many people in Nassau Street come in lunchtime. He make 5 cents, 10 cents a can, the tubes, and all the people say that the store sell very cheap. And sometimes they buy some towels, sometimes they buy sheets, sometimes they buy tablecloths. You make money on these things. They spray you make for only 10 cents or 5 cents, but they bring you some people. And they start to grow up, and he has a good ideas, Albert, and we start to work in this store. Then I took my daughter out from school to help me again, because we can't handle it alone, me and And then that start to doing business, and we brought more stuff like radios and like electronic, and we make small profit but large sale. Then came a store cross the street. Somebody want to sell a store cross the street of Nassau Street in '87. Then we took the second store. I took my sons Isaac and Jack from school to work in the other store. They didn't get big education, my sons. Only they are smart boys, and they handle the store. They work hard and they make it. This start to make us start to rent more stores in the area. I know very well the downtown, and all the people know us because we sell very cheap. And our policy is to sell a lot to make small profit. And this give us some. Then we went to Pitkin Avenue in Brooklyn. We opened stores over there, and we start to grow. Then we bought the chain store from Rainbow Shops, and we get my son, the last one, Joseph, from the school. He doesn't like school. He likes to do business. And thank God we make it, and we start to buy another chain store, another chain store. My children get married. I push them always to get married young because they have to grow together with their children. Some were married at 24 years old, some 22 years old. And they get married, thank God, good people. We know their family. And most of them, they took Syrian girls. My sons are Egyptian, they get together. The only one, my daughter took an Egyptian husband. He's a nice guy. And we work all my son together with me, and my son-in-law is separately with his brother. And we start to grow in the business. Then we went to the import. I put my son Albert with the company Twin Fashion Importers. He doing the traveling, he doing the import, and they give him the money. He doesn't have money to be alone, and they never give him satisfaction. Whatever he do, if he brought some good numbers, they told him, how you bought only 100 dozen of these. If it's a good number. If you buy bad numbers, why you buy 100? Buy less than that. You're going to give never satisfaction to him. He was so desperate, so depressed, and he was not happy. I told him, Albert, leave your partners and go do it alone. I have some money, I have good name in the bank, I get you, and start with small, and you be your own businessman. And that's the way he start to be alone. He he brought small quantities, and he sell it, and he make money, and he make it bigger and bigger and bigger till we bought the Skifa company, and he took all his brother with him. And the only one, Joseph, the young one, who take care of the retail stores, the Rainbow Shops. And we are all one hand together, and we help each other, and God help us with this case. About my children, like I told you before, they don't took higher education, but they are smart boys. They like the business, they like to work, they don't like studies, they don't like education. And they start to make it. And especially Joe, he doesn't like school. He likes to work. He went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina to work for the summer for people. And all the others was taking care of stores that we bought it. And they work hard. They are good, hard workers, boys. And they got a good partner with their wives. They got married, nice people, nice families. Thus we know them. And they are happy, thank God. And now I have 22 grandchildren. And the older one is 22 years old now, and the younger one is 3 years old. And all of them, they like to work. They don't like education like their father. Or they start to work after school now. And I hope when they grow up, they're going to take care of our business. And we have to retire after all this, what passed to us. My work exactly is I take care of the charities of foundation. What is a foundation? I have in Israel, I built a shul that in the west bank of Bet El, near Ramallah, for 300 people. Sephardic is no Sephardic shul. There are 3 Ashkenazi shuls there. I built one for the Sephardic. Fantastic shul. In 8 months they finish it from the ground till the top. And when I was last year, I saw 2 shuls again that's built, half of it. They can't continue. I make the deal with them to put my name on them and to continue in my account. And they will be finished, Be'ezrat Hashem, in Pesach, this Pesach coming Pesach, in 91. The first shul is named Heichal Gabriel. And the 2 other shuls that are building now, one is Ohel Gabriel, and the third one is Mishkan Gabriel. And we plan to go with the family to the opening of these 2 shul after Passover, Be'ezrat Hashem, Beli Neder. And I have also 4 yeshivot in Israel in my name. One in the old city of Jerusalem is named Shehebar Sephardic Center. This is very known. They teach rabbi to go over all over the world. Now we send 31 rabbis all over the world. They graduated from my yeshiva. Up to Australia we sent people, up to Spain, to Brazzaville, Congo, South Africa, South America, Colombia, Panama, Mexico, even Houston, even New York, who sent the rabbi here to Sha'arei Zion, the rabbi named Haim Shaul, graduated from my yeshiva. And we still have 31 rabbis now all over the world. They graduated from my yeshiva. I bought also the other yeshivas, this Bet Shehebar, to teach young girls, around 200 girls, who are mostly orphan from Lebanon war. And another one is Machon HaKetav Shel Rabbi Azra Basri. I bought the building, we put our name on it, me and my wife and my sons. And we have also Yeshivat Avidani, we bought the building and my name on it. And we sponsor her every year for with a lot of money, whatever they need. And thank God I have an office only for charitable goods. Any organization in the world, they come to my office, and they got checks, they got clothes. My place is only the return clothes from our customer. I give it to the rabbi who they can afford to buy new clothes, or I give them, every rabbi come with shopping bag, plenty of clothes. It's my work all day. I am happy with it. The story of my first synagogue that I built in Beit El is I want to, my son want me to retire. And they want to make me a big party in a lavish hotel in Manhattan. I know the lavish hotel costs a lot of money. I refused. I told them, if you want really to honor me, if a big party, that the party going to take 3 or 4 hours, you're going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, I prefer build me a shul instead of the party. And that's the story of the Beit El Shul. And now that I'm going to have in September my 50th anniversary wedding, I suggest to my son the same thing. I want them to build these 2 shuls and say, instead of the party that they're going to make it for my golden anniversary wedding. And thank God we almost finished these 2 shuls. They're going to finish in Passover this 91. And every day I have almost from 7 to 10 rabbis coming in my office for donation. All day long is my time for I take care of these things, because I know my son, they are good heart, they like many to give a lot of charities, but they don't have time. Thank God I have this kind of time to pass. I can take care of it, I can handle it. I like to hear some Torah, like stories and this and that. I have time to handle it myself. I let my sons work in their business. Always when I need money, they put me in a bank on my foundation. I spend it on the donations. I forgot to tell you that when I came back, I came from Cuba, I want to open a shul for the Egyptian community for the minhag of the Egyptian. Me and my two friends, Mr. Barnatan and Mr. Moni Harari, we built the Hababi Ahva of Ocean Parkway, Avenue R corner Ocean Parkway, for the Egyptian community, and we have the all minhagim of Egypt. And now we're going to start also to build second floor because it's too crowded always. No room to fit all our community. And thank God we got the permit, and we are negotiating now with the contractor about this shul. So when I was in Israel lately, I bought 2 rooms in the yeshiva של רבי משה פרדו, אור החיים in Bnei Brak for girls. I went there, I saw really something unbelievable. Over 2,000 girls learning and studying, and they teaching them to cook, to be nurse, to be all kind of work for them. And we took 2 rooms for 8 girls to sleep on them. Also, we help every yeshiva in Israel. We have our plaques, our windows, our fountains. They come to my office and we make the deals. I can't describe you how many we have. Thank God I don't want to finish with this case. I want to continue till the last day of my life. And the more I live, the more we get in the yeshivot, like the 2 that I am building now, one in Ramot and one in Angilo, because in Ramot and Angilo there is no Sephardic schools. There is many Ashkenazic schools, but they are the 2 first synagogues that they are Sephardic school. And I hope they're going to finish after this Passover 91, and I'm planning to go after Lag LaOmer to make the opening over there with my family and friends, like I did with Gabriel 1.5 years ago. And these 2 shul, one is named Ohel Gabriel, and the second one is Mishkan Gabriel. And we hope we're going to get some more synagogues when we finish those. We don't want to stop. The more synagogues, the more Torah, the more shiurim, the more talmidim. And that is my hobby and my accomplishment. And another thing, I want all my sons to be always together, with no partners, with no link with anybody, just to be one hand all together. Not to be separated, each one with his family and this. We want them to be all together. This is my hope for the future for them. And thank God they love each other till now, and they are all together. But I'm afraid for the future. But I told them to be always together, hand by hand, and they make it. To continue my work, I'm working now 2 days in a week only for receiving rabbis in my office in 213 West 35th Street, Monday and Thursday. And, and these days, all day from the morning till the afternoons, I have by line coming to me to get some help, to get some checks, to hear some Divrei Torah. And I know most of them because I visit their yeshiva in Israel. And like I told you before, my sons want to make me a party for my 15th anniversary. They want to. My opinion is better to open a school or yeshiva with this money. It's more important for me than the party. The party is going to take 3 hours, 4 hours the most, and bye-bye. But a shul going to stay لعالم بعيد. This is my accomplishment in the future. We are too close with my family. My sons, my children, always they come to me, and they don't leave me in Shabbat. Every Shabbat by one of them, and they come to by me. We are very close together. And I hope to continue my work till the last day. My health is not so good, but I hope from God that give me the strength to continue my work. I cheat little bit on the diet, and I have some blood pressures, and I have diabetic and little cholesterol. I am take care of myself little by little. I have diabetes around 200. I have little cholesterol, and I have high blood pressure, little more than normal. And I'm taking care, not 100%, but let's say 50%. And I hope to make it more healthier than ever. I know I'm cheating a little bit because all the bar mitzvah, all the wedding, pidyon haben, all the parties. We have to go. We are invited almost in every Egyptian family here, and they make beautiful stuff, and we have to cheat a little bit. No, I'm not running. You are kidding? I'm running. I was 74 years old. Marathon. You're kidding? Oh, every food, Syrian food is my favorite. My wife cook very well. That's a problem. And I love her food, and especially on the Shabbat, we make many kinds of plates. And she doesn't put salt on them, and not spicy. But behind her I put some salt and spice. I drink only arak. Arak that's like anisette. That's kind of Egyptian or Syrian drink. Only in Shabbat I take it because Sometimes I make the beracha on them. And since my youth, I'm using every Shabbat till now. Even when I was in Cuba, there is no arak. I was importing from United States to Cuba to have it every Shabbat in my house. Well, I travel a lot. I travel a lot. I love to travel, either my wife too. I went to Israel many, many, many times. I can't count it by tens of times. And I went all over South America always, and Europe. Even I went twice to the Soviet Union, last year and a year before, for the way to see the situation of our brothers and sisters in the Jewish in Moscow, in Leningrad. I went in Lithuania. I saw the ghetto of Lithuania, Vilna. I saw the grave of Gaon Vilna. I took a picture with it. And 2 years ago, I was in Poland, in Warsaw. I went to Auschwitz, Treblinka. All these concentration camp, something make me sick. I wish I didn't went there. But I want all the people to go and see, as they see what they did to us. Machines to kill people. And something make me sick, really. But I love to travel to see what's happening. I was in Africa too, in Morocco. I was all over Europe almost. I was in Denmark, I was in Austria, I was in France, Italy, Greece many times. London. One of the trip I was 2 months in South America. I start from New York to Panama, from Panama to Chile, Peru, Lima, Brazil, Argentina, Buenos Aires, Punta del Este, Uruguay. All this I went, and there is no kosher there. I suffer a lot. When we arrived in Buenos Aires in Argentina, they told us there is a kosher restaurant, Syrian. We asked where, and we went there. We saw he has many plates. We asked, give us everything you have. Just give us. And we saw that's the only food we ate on our trip for 2 months, maybe 2 months and 10 days, really exactly, to when we went there. And we didn't eat a piece of meat. But when we get to Argentina, we ate without stopping. That's very funny, really, but we loved it. Besides that, we eat some vegetables, some eggs, some cheese, some fish. That's the only way to survive on our trip. I know my sons also suffer a lot because they travel in the Orient always. Hong Kong, China, Thailand, Bangkok, Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, for their business. And there is no kosher there. They come, every one of them skinny, so much suffering, and they can't take with them so much. They can take for 1 week, not more than that, but they stay a month. And they got used to it now, and they do the best they can about it. Sometimes they are bringing closed packages, freezing freezer from the west, from California to the Orient, for the people who eat kosher. And in the hotels over there, they start to do these things, and I'm happy about it. 2 weeks ago, I was in Mexico, Cancun. That's a new city, 18 years old only. Many hotels, all clean. I love it. We have a good place. I took a suite myself, and we make a minyan for Shabbat, Friday night, Saturday morning, and Saturday afternoon in my suite. And I announce it on the pool of the hotel that we have a service in my suite number 1442 room, minyan for Friday night and Saturday, and we got people, and we make the 3 prayers in Shabbat, and I'm happy about it. I am too close to my sons. Really, they don't leave me alone at all. Always they are by me, and they call me every day almost, and I feel very well. I'm very proud of them. They are good boys, and they told me, Dad, whatever you want, just tell us, and we are ready to do it. God bless them and their children. You know, I have 22 grandchildren. I need more and more because we need for our stores. And the boys are growing now. And all my grandchildren are in yeshivot. Flatbush Yeshiva was Magen David Yeshiva, and they learn good. And last week we have a bar mitzvah of my grandson in Sha'arei Sion. We have a big party. And every year almost one come for bar mitzvah. And my oldest grandson is 22 years old. And the youngest is 4 years old, or 5 now. But we expect more grandchildren coming also. I'm very close to them. They are very close to me, and we manage. This is my lovely wife, Marcel. We are married 50 years, the most beautiful years of our life, and we hope to live more another 50 years. We're going to be Karkube, but it's a pleasure to be good together. I hope my grandchildren are going to show us always in this video and talk about it.
We love you all.
We love you all, my grandchildren, my children, my family, my friends. And say something, you too.
Wait, everybody wait.
Wait. I said?
Yeah,
okay. I love you, everybody, and I hope you see this video and we be always together. That's it. Huh?